How's it going, Aries community? Soul Tigers here with a special story for this wonderful frequency. So let's go ahead and get started with the vibe and dishing out these introduction cards. Aries, to make room for the new, you must release the old. It's time to spring clean. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's time to spring clean out old habits, old ways of doing things to help you evolve into a better version of you. This could even mean cleaning out your possessions that no longer serve you, releasing what was once attached to you. Saying goodbye to once was is not to forget. Instead, it's saying that you are okay with outgrowing things that no longer fit you. Aries, oh my goodness gracious. And just like the vibe is saying, in order to let new things in, you have to be able to release other things. And this is how we even evolve our judgment, because a lot of times we will hold on to things because we don't want to forget what we learned from them with that one perspective. But the whole thing is throughout life, through our evolvement, through the different phases, our perspective changes because we learn things, we grow, and we start to see things a little bit differently. That is all a part of evolving. So we have some stuff here that's happening from the present into the past, into the very past. So something that's here, which is very interesting how this landed in your past, is happiness. Maybe it's really hard, or maybe you're on the fence when it comes to being happy about the things that you have brought into blossom. These things that could have to do with another, maybe another that it just really didn't work out with. Maybe this other was very selfish. Maybe this other only focused on things that they wanted. Something else is this Queen of Cups. This could actually involve an old relationship, an old partnership that was an ideal match, maybe for you and maybe for this other. Maybe somehow you tried to meet whoever this was on the same level for the longest time. But for some reason, in this partnership, in this relationship, you both always ended up upside down on your heads with things. And what happened is you guys were drawn apart and you guys fed into things that made you happy. What I'm hearing is like escapism type of stuff, to deal with it, to hang on to it. And maybe this is something that you are very, very on the fence about how everything came into bloom with. Maybe this is something that you teeter on when it comes to happiness, when it comes to you evolving past things. Something we're not seeing here is equilibrium between the heart and between the mind on the many structures that we have built through our time. Structures of stability, structures of ways of going, structures of us learning how to listen to ourselves. Oh my goodness. Something else here is we have your elixir of life. Not realizing that that is tied to your very confidence. Confidence is something that isn't just given, it's practiced, it's learned, it's really putting in the work for it. And sometimes when we have things in our past that pull at our confidence, it is hard to move forward. It is hard to want to forget. It is hard to want to release. But when you're able to heal this past dilemma that you have when it comes to your happiness, I feel like you're going to gain more energy with this elixir of life and with the confidence. A lot of times with bee energy, wasp energy, that is requiring some type of action, that is requiring some type of movement. Maybe it's realizing that you are the king and queen in your own reality, and you shall be treated as such. Who did you once take your crown off for to meet them at their level? How can you overlook that, what I'm hearing to say, with a sovereign view when you look at your past, when you start to heal this? And the last card that we're at odds and ends with, and that we kind of hide away from, is being able to end this cycle. Maybe it's a blame game. Maybe it's a blame game because we don't understand why this outcome happened the way it did. But it happened the way it did to give us our biggest transformation, to have us step out of a cycle that we have been in for many, not just years, many times, with other people, places, and or things. You don't have to take your crown off just to appease others who require you to take your crown off to meet them at their level. You have to really start to ponder if that's really worth it to you, because each person, as we heal, we work really hard for our healing. And just because somebody comes in from the side that we weren't expecting, sometimes we like it. We like the attention. We like the new. And sometimes we are willing, again, to take off our crown to try and meet whatever this is, to see where things go in a sense. But the whole thing is, if you stay in the trenches with this, then you start to evolve as it is evolving, because we become the things that are around us, the things that we surround ourselves with, the things that we go to as well. So let's keep pushing forward in this story and see what needs to come out for the presents. Ancestors, spirit guides, I'm even hearing angels. What is it that needs to come out? A lot of contemplation. Contemplation is gonna be the Emperor right here. Ooh, Aries, you popping out with your energy. So this is something that you've also been in conflict with. This is something that you've really wanted to put a lot of work towards, especially when it came to trying to express more of a positivity of your energy. Maybe you thought that if you can meet this person, you can help make things possible for them. A lot of times when we invest in people, when we invest in places, when we invest in things, it's because we see certain outlooks, certain outcomes with them. And when it doesn't happen that way, when we find ourselves taking away so much from ourselves, when our health is starting to go awry, that's when sometimes we start to pick our head up. That's when sometimes we have to really make the decision, is it them or is it me? Meaning, am I going to keep self-sacrificing for them? Or is it time for me to pick myself up and go? And that is something that could be really hard to create judgment on. And that was something that you really struggled with things. You could have even been taking it out on yourself quite a bit as well, because you didn't understand why that you put in so much work, because you've seen so much that they held. A lot of times people will put on great acts. They'll put up a great facade. I was just watching something the other day, and it was talking about how certain people don't hold accountability when it comes to certain things in their life. And the whole thing is, When we don't hold personal accountability, then we look at other things to blame. When we don't hold personal accountability, then we can't be able to evolve. We can't learn. We can't grow. And the thing is sometimes holding that accountability is looking behind the veil, looking behind the mask to others, and being able to move from there. And sometimes, and I'm very guilty of this, I always want to give people the benefit of the doubt. And sometimes I give people the benefit of the doubt for too long. And then it goes really sour. But like what this one person was mentioning is like, when I seen you on your profile, you looked good. You looked taken care of. You looked confident. You looked like you was holding stuff down. But when they met the person in real life, they seen that this person was very insecure, very controlling, did not take care of their environment, did not take care of themselves. And that's a part of looking behind the veil or pulling the mask back. And there was something here that you're very upset. And this really pulls at your success. This pulls at your mental health. This pulls at your energy, because this person wasn't as evolved as you wanted them to be. No matter how many times you try to come in with a type of view to show them something different, the whole thing is they fed into their own kind of inner demons. And those inner demons were fueled by their emotional instability. That happens. That happens quite a bit with the Devil card here. There was a lot of things that they were attached to that maybe you were hoping that you could heal. But the thing is you weren't able to heal it. You can't heal it. And there's that Emperor. You can't heal it. You can't heal it. The whole thing is, and that's what you know within. This one is the Hermit. This one is the Emperor. My bad. My bad. And the whole thing is you feel this in your intuition. You feel this in your intuition, especially when you have this outlook of everything that you haven't gained, everything that you've sacrificed for them to try and keep them warm, to try and keep them fed, to try and keep them loved, to try and keep them in some type of stability. A lot of times we'll do the most for others. Why? Because we wish that others would do the most for us. One of the things when it comes to us older generations is we were taught that we show people love by self-sacrificing for them. And I feel like this is what happened here. And I feel like this is something that still pulls at your inner emotions. This pulls at your heart. This pulls at your energy. This pulls at your mental being and your spiritual being as well. This is why it's important to create this movement, this confidence when it comes to how things worked out in the past. Because this isn't in your present moment physically. The remnants of it are in your physical moment. That's about it. And maybe this is being able to shift that view for yourself, to see yourself, to see what has happened, not as a failure, but as a success. A success that you care so much that you wanted to sit there and even meet somebody at their level so that you could help them gain, so that you can help them show that you are not just there to judge them, you're there to be with them. You know, that takes a lot of heart. That takes a lot of compassion. That takes a lot of trying to emotionally invest with somebody. Even though they're very immature. Even though they didn't want it. Even though they do not want to learn. But again, you gave them the benefit of the doubt. A lot of people will create judgment right away, whereas you were patient. There's nothing wrong with being patient. That just means that you were thorough. All right, so let's go ahead and call in the angels of protection. Angels of protection, please help guide and keep us protected as we navigate the block here for, oh wow, the Aries community. You know, the Ten of Cups for the present came out. I really liked how that came out because that was at the bottom of the deck after I was done cleansing. So that was very, very fitting. All right, so something here. The thing was you were really, really wanting to invest in this. The thing was you really wanted to build with whoever, whatever this was. You had big goals here. Goals that you took your time on, especially expressing to them. I'm hearing being very forgiving of them, especially when it came to the nightmare of things that you had to deal with when it came to them. Oh my goodness. The thing is this person, this place was always stuck in conflict. And the whole thing is it was a power struggle between both of you. And that's hard. Sometimes when we get into places that we have to lower ourselves for, they become intimidated. They become intimidated because we can do so much more. And if they lack confidence, if they lack the ambition, if they lack the growth type of mindset that helps balance out that ambition, then they will start to get intimidated by the things you do. And what that starts to do is that starts to stop the progress, and that starts them going backwards, building resentment up against whoever, whatever is having that more success. And that is something that happens a lot of times in community type of relationships, whether it's with friends, whether it's with family members, whether it's in relationships. The whole thing is you wanted to build here so that you could have this community, that you could have this stability right behind you. But the whole thing is this person, whatever it was, whoever it was, could not overcome their own fears. They couldn't make the movement that they needed to do to outfox, outsmart whatever they were attached to. And what I'm hearing to say, that's their inner demons, that's their inner fears, that's their inner conflicts. And the whole thing is if a person is not actively trying to heal themselves, then they are steadily reliving certain things every single day through the different views that they have out on the world. And sometimes we can take that personal, especially when they're not seeing, they're not feeling the type of love that we're trying to bring in. And what I see is that was the very thing that depleted you, Aries. And that is the very thing that holds you back. Even to this day, this is something that really hurts you in your emotions. I can feel that all like right here, right now. It's something that still haunts you to this day, because you don't want to get in a mix of something like that. You don't want to have to try and meet somebody's immaturity once again. That is really hard, but you know what the thing is you're not in a place where you want to race off with your investments. And that's really beautiful. It feels like right now you would fully do your research. You would fully go within because you've learned so much from this past. But the thing is how can you take the wisdom that you've learned, the wisdom that you've gained about yourself on what you deserve, what your goals are, where you want to be, what type of person you want to be, who and what you want to align with. How can you take that as something that feeds your energy from the things that you've learned with this past situation into this present moment and into the future of things, being able to see that you've learned a lot of things that can help protect yourself, especially when it comes to seeing red flags a little bit more sooner, especially when it comes to you knowing that you don't have to self-sacrifice to prove your love to others. Being able to evolve, especially our outlooks onto the world or even onto ourselves, is a very beautiful thing. But that does take work, and that does take you taking this blame and tossing it out the window, so to say. Because to me, going and trying to find the blame does nothing. It does nothing for this past, it does nothing for your present, and it does nothing for your future. When we hold on to trying to blame things, then that is resentment energy right there. Just all-encompassed resentment. So, and when we have resentment, then we don't hold forgiveness. We don't hold gratitude. Why do we want to hold gratitude? Ooh, where is my quote at? I think I've seen it. I have so much stuff out. I don't think I'll be able. Here we go. I found it. All right, so this is beautiful. I really, really like this. So gratitude allows you to recognize that you're not a victim of a symptom, experience, or stressor, but rather are being given an opportunity to start anew. Dr. Darian R. Wisman. Keep that in mind when it comes to being able to sift through this energy, being able to heal this energy, but also being able to forgive and let go or release those emotions that no longer serve you when it comes to taking the wisdom of this situation. Alrighty, so let's call in divine and universal energy. Divine. What is it that you have when it comes to the positive messages for the Aries community? So I have this awesome deck. It's called the Rebel Oracle. And with this, it does say a particular cuss word. I say the cuss word at times, sometimes on here, but I'm still going to kind of like block out the word. Out of respect, I like to be modest. So something to think about, especially when it comes to your past, when it comes to you dealing with the immaturity of the situation and how that you are trying to match it tit for tat for things, is to have a good laugh about it. Find humor. Let's see how we can evolve our view through the good side of the ego. The good side of the ego takes things with humor. It seeks to understand. It adapts and it grows. It analyzes for self-improvement. And also, it has a strong sense of self. How can you find that strong sense of self in this situation? Again, holding gratitude for it. Instead of being upset, how can we laugh it off, so to say? Something we're confused on is you look like a shit show. Think about it. Think about all the things that they were attached to. Think how you were trying to meet them on their level, and think of how that made you look, how that made you feel at that time. Now think about how you haven't released that stuff as well. This is why it's really, really important to go through this and to be able to release it, because you're kind of taking this shit show with you right now into your present, and you're carrying it for the outlooks of the future. All right, when it comes to the present moment, watch out, because shit is about to get real. What I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is you've been stuck in a facade because of this view, because of this situation. Now you're going to not try, but you're going to clear the confusion up. You're going to get out of the fog of confusion. Don't take 12 steps, or don't take 12. Take one, okay, maybe two, and move on. All right. And this is so I'm going to attribute this to steps. You know, you don't need to take 12 steps. You don't have to burn things. You don't have to do these big movements to move on. You can do one thing at a time. And this will create time for you to do this thoroughly, instead of you racing through stuff and forgetting a few things here and there so that you have to deal with it later on. Let's just take one step, maybe 2 steps at a time, maybe 1 step forward and maybe a couple steps back to reassess things. All right, so loosen up. Control people, don't get laid. If this has to do with future partnerships, whether in business, whether or for pleasure, you know, if you keep focusing on this situation, it's going to create like a magnet within you to where something else is going to come in at you with that same energy. Why? Because you're always focusing. You're always looking for it. Even though you don't want to deal with it, you're still focusing on it. So let's focus on something else. And what is that something else? Love. How can we focus on more reasons why we want to love ourselves, find reasons to love others? Remember that gratitude? There are times that I run at odds ends with many different people in my life. And instead of using hate, instead of using resentment, instead of trying to control them, I'm starting to learn how to hit everything with love, light, and compassion. Holding gratitude for the challenges that different people bring towards me, and being able to recognize the fears that they highlight in me. And instead of running from them, now I go towards them. Why? Because I want to be a better version. I'm tired of being stuck in what once was, and I want to keep progressing. I don't know. I've gotten a taste of healing, and I like it. I can't go back. And a lot of times that's done through having a deeper love for yourself, for the world around you. Something else we have is get outside. Move your tushy tush around. Stop staying locked up. Stop staying locked up in your mind. Stop staying locked up in your heart. Stop staying locked up in your spirit. It's time to explore. Like I said, taking that wisdom from the past. What is it that you learned there? What is it that showed you that you deserve something more? And how can you take that with you opposed to the resentment? All right, something. You need food in your belly. Eat a taco. If you notice, a lot of times when we get stressed about things, especially when things are stuck on repeat or we feel triggered, that's when we tend to take away from ourselves. Don't forget, food is going to help ground out your physical being. Water is going to help ground out your emotional being. Being able to open up to things, not through resentment, but again through love, is going to help balance your spiritual being as well. Breathing exercises are going to help balance out the mental being. It is important when you go through the healing of things because a lot of emotions come up. And when it's time to release that, take care of yourself. Cleanse out your body. Do things for you. And don't forget about you. All right. And something else is, again, getting out. Getting out. Maybe take a trip. Go out and observe. See things. It's okay. It is totally okay. What I'm hearing is you might see a situation that's going to remind you of your past situation, and you're going to be happy that you don't have to deal with that kind of drama anymore. Maybe you're going to see something that is really beautiful, and that is something that really sets your passions on fire to want to work towards something with such beauty, with such grace, with such growth. But in order to move to that, you have to get unstuck from this. And when it comes to banishing this curse, because forget about it. Forget about it. That's a good enough reason to let it go. Forget about it. Let's go ahead and release. Release, release, release. And watch the karmic currency start to change for you. Watch your outlook start to change for you. It takes a lot of work, especially when we have to overcome the fears that we've had in the past with others that we were in the trenches of life with. At that time, it was hard to create judgment. And then after it, you had judgment only in the one way. Life still isn't over just yet. How can we revisit, but with a different outlook? And that outlook is being able to take time exploring what happened, being able to go through the mind, but also the emotions to create that equilibrium about a situation that we had to put ourselves down to a certain level in order to match it. It's okay what has came to blossom back then, because you got through it. You got through it, and it's now time to explore the wisdom that you gained from it. And this is going to help boost your confidence. Your confidence in the different ways that you want to go, the different ways that you want to spread your wings, and the different ways that you're going to unlock yourself from being mentally, emotionally, physically stuck on what didn't work out in this past. Just know that it was meant. It was definitely meant to happen. What you're going through now is meant to happen, because once you heal it, you're going to start making other investments in different ways, in different areas. And this all comes through your different philosophies that you've learned throughout your journey. And that has to do with that full moon that was on May 31st, the blue moon, which is in Sagittarius, the 9th house, search for meaning. And then we have the new moon in Gemini, which is relating to one's environment. Now with this story, can you see how these two houses are going to go hand in hand with each other? So take your time when it comes to cleaning things out. You don't have to rush it. One day at a time, one step at a time, so that you can do a very thorough job. Just make sure that you are taking care of yourself the whole time. Do not withhold from yourself. Be gracious with yourself when you revisit this past and you are cleaning things out. All right, Aries, this is going to conclude it. Thank you so much for your time, your energy, and your patience. And as always, I hope that you have wait. Before I forget, don't forget to thank your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides, divine and universal energy for coming on in and helping out, because this wasn't all me. And as always, I hope that you have a most wonderful rest of your day.